Hi. So I just wanted to know what your take was on, you said with education to fire the bad teachers. What's your definition of bad teachers?
Great question. So how many people here think you've had at least one teacher that deserves to be fired? Everyone raise their hand always. Always.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl and if you're Scarlett, today you're back again with another video from Charlie Kirk. So today Charlie Kirk takes on pro-leftist teacher. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
So the question is, how do you find them, right? So I got this question asked a lot. Here's the interesting thing. So when President Obama was running for president in 2008, one of his big things, he said it over 40 times, was that we need to have a system that rewards good teachers and fires bad ones. But the question is always, how do you find the bad ones? So is it test scores? Probably not. Is it, peer evaluation? The best metric is you have teachers grade teachers and you have parental input. Here's the thing. You know the really, really bad teachers. Those have got to go. I had teachers earning $150,000 a year, barely showing up for class, teaching gym, doing nothing, being completely lazy. They're a drain on the school budget, they're a drain on the local community, and they should be fired instantaneously. The problem is, under current teacher tenure laws in certain states, in most states, they are protected by contracts designed by teacher unions that make it nearly impossible to fire bad teachers. If they're not productive, they don't put time in. So I would support reform and a system that allows really good teachers. Here's the thing. Some teachers, this might be a surprise to some of my liberal counterparts, so I had public school teachers that changed my life, that did unbelievable amount of work. They got in at 6 a.m. every day. They worked their tail off. Then I had teachers that would take half the year off. They just didn't care. They were bratty. They thought it was horrible. And yet the one that didn't put in as much effort was earning more than the person that was just there. That is not the way that we should reward, I believe, teachers in this country. Teachers are modern day heroes. I'm very, very pro-teacher, very anti-teacher union. So I think that's the big distinction. So.
What about professors?
Professors?
Yeah, like college, at the college level.
I believe this similar thing. I think that we currently have a system that rewards professors that want to write their book and sell it back to their class. I think that's it's a fair point. It's also rewards professors that do most studying and not actually engaging with their current class. Here's the problem: is that most college freshmen are taught by TAs, teachers' assistants. So they're getting something. They're paying for something they're not even getting. I think measuring value in a professor should be different than that of a teacher, but here's the big difference is that public school teachers in K through 12 education have to be held to a different standard than professors. It just has to be. There's more K through 12 teachers than there are professors, a lot more, almost 10-to-1 ratio.
Okay, but with the whole point on the TAs, they're usually doctoral students.
Yes.
That are turning into professors. So why is that a problem? How are the TAs supposed to
Because when you start to have class sizes that are 500 people and plus, when you have TAs that are not yet masters on the subject that you're paying a pretty penny on, that deserves question. Because you are going to college to learn from subject matter experts in an environment where you can dive deep into that particular topic, so on and so forth. So if I'm paying, or I'm being forced to pay, $800 for this sociology class or human studies class, and I'm getting taught by a TA with 800 people in a lecture hall this big, there's something I think wrong with that. I think because you're paying a pretty penny for something that is then I would say inadequate.
We all one or the other encountered this teacher that was very good, was actually a psychologist, was a counselor to you, and was really a good teacher to you. And we will all also have one way or the other encountered teacher that that this teacher needs to be fired. It doesn't really apply to only teachers and it applies to every profession out there, being a policing, nursing profession. You can have this encounter with a teacher that you're like, ah. And especially talking about this professor TA, this thing, you go to the university and sometimes the whole semester you don't even meet your professor for once. You paid school fees for has mastered in that subject to teach you, and then you just encounter only TA. I mean, it's not a bad thing for TA to teach you. The TA, it's also serves as a learning process for them. Teaching, I mean, that will help them also move further. But the thing is, TA is teaching. I mean, the lecturer should be present. Ever the TA falls short, the lecturer just come in, the professor come in and add some finished touches to it. But no, I'm sure. I think one of my course I did in school, I think level 300, my third year, I basically met my professor for once. I think that semester was one course I did. I don't know whether it was ethics. This professor actually came for the first day in that semester, introduced himself, showed his handout, and that was it. We never saw the lecturer until examination day, And throughout that semester, it was that TA that was there teaching, and the lecture became boring because, TA automatically he just pouring what he has learned to you. You paid school fees, huge sum of money, just for your lecturer not being present, and it's just annoying. So that time, what is he doing? He's being paid, and he's being paid to be somewhere else, and I don't think it's a good thing that should be happen, and I think my JHS, I think my junior high school, I had this teacher. He actually teaches mathematics. Maths is a difficult subject for, generally a difficult subject that people always talk about. And this math teacher always come to class. I think I was in my form 2 in junior high school. He always come to class, and what he talks about was melon, like the melon, the movie. That time I think melon was new there, like it was new then. What he comes to school to teach was about melon. Can you even imagine? And I really hated that class. And I think because of him, I never watched that Merlin movie. Because every time, not that I really love to be teach. Nobody love math. I know everyone is happy that the teacher is not teaching. He comes and talk about movie. But no, at the end of the class, or at the end of the semester, or at the end of the term, you have to, write examination. And what he comes to class to do was basically talk about melon. Like, does it even make sense? So this teacher, obviously he needs to be fired. And some teachers are also working so very hard, like so very hard. They are so good. They are really empathetic, sympathetic. They teach so well, and they really care about the students. Like really care about the students, and they both take the same pay at the end of the month. And it's really bad. So at least that student teacher assessment they do at the end of every semester is really important, because you need to fish out the bad ones from the, like as Charlie said, how are you going to find the bad ones? How are you going to find the good ones? That I think we have this teacher student assessment at the end of the semester, or before the semester end. Every student needs to assess every teacher that teaches them, so that the lecturer that gets low scores needs to be fired, because someone will not study so hard, come and teach very good, and you just come and roam haphazardly, and yet at the end of the month you guys take the same salary. It's just not fair. It's not fair. So for me, I think I agree with Charlie. Good teachers need to be motivated, need to be rewarded, and the bad ones need to be fired. Like, they need to be fired. No matter how the thing is, we pay you to come and teach case. We didn't pay you to come and just gallivant and roam about. So I think I agree with Charlie, and it doesn't really apply to teachers alone. It applies to every professional. They've been police, nurse, as I said earlier, every profession. We need every professions. The good ones needs to be motivated, they need to be rewarded, and the bad one, at least it can help the productivity of the country. Assuming everyone is being employed to roam and gallivant around, how can the country be developed? But I think it's a good policy. Good teachers need to be rewarded. Bad ones need to be fired straight away. Let me know what you think about this video. You think Charlie is right, or you think I think yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have any recommendation or suggestion for me, I'll be so glad to hear it in the comment section. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to click on the subscription button for more notifications. Thanks for watching.